welcome or welcome back for another tutorial on this channel. If you haven't subscribed, kindly please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it so much. Today we are going to learn how to make this colorful tote bag as seen in the video clip. It's super easy, beginner friendly, and you will be able to know how to make your tote bag. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. You can use any yarn of your choice and the recommended hook size for that specific yarn. Without wasting any time, let's dive right into the tutorial. Catch you over there. For us to start this tutorial, these are the shades of yarn that I'll be using. I'm using 100% acrylic yarn with its size chunky. So the main colors for this tote bag are going to be the green and cream color. Then I'll see what to do with these other yarns as I keep on creating this tote bag. You will need a tape measure, stitch marker, a cord, but in case you don't have a cord, it's okay. The cord is entirely optional. And then you'll need scissor plus a needle, which I don't have here at the moment. So let's begin this tutorial. Before we start working on the base of this tote bag, I will be doubling my strands. I want the base to be very firm and thick. That's why I'm doubling the strands. And we will be making a tote bag that is 12 by 12 inches on both sides. Unless we want it longer than that, I'll see if I'll do 12 by 14 inches as we progress in this tutorial. Is that all right? So now for us to start, mark that you are going to make a base which is 12 inches long. Now let's make a chain. For me to start making a chain, this is how I do mine. I wrap my yarn on the hook like this and then pull up a loop like that. I'm going to chain 17 and meet you right back here when I'm done making my 17 number of chains. I'm through with my 17 number of chains. This is going to be a base that is 6 inches. Unless you want it smaller than this, you will chain accordingly, but I recommend that you should make your base between 4 to 6 inches. Mine is going to be 6 inches like that. These stretches, so mark that. Some of these yarns stretch, but if your yarn doesn't stretch, crochet all the 6 inches, but mine stretches to 6. So 17 chains is what I made. For row 1, you are going to make single crochet in every chain that you see here. So you will skip this one chain and then insert your hook in the second chain, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook and then pull through all. Repeat this row up to the end of this chain. At the end of this chain, you are going to have 16 number of single crochets. I'm going to meet you when we will be starting row 2. I'm at the end of my row 1. I have 16 number of stitches here. So for row 2, you are going to chain 1. The chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Turn your work. You will put a single crochet in this first stitch at the beginning here. Insert your hook in there, pull up a loop, and then make a single crochet. You will repeat this row of single crochet up to the end. At the end of row 2, you should still maintain 16 number of stitches. I will crochet up to the end and meet you when we will be starting row 3. I'm left with 1 stitch to complete row 2, so you are going to insert your hook in this first stitch at the beginning of row 1 like that, and then make a single crochet. chain 1. You should ensure that at the end of every row you chain 1, turn your work whereby the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, and then you put a single crochet in that first stitch at the beginning. So for the next 12 inches you will be repeating row 2 again and again. I'm going to continue with this until I obtain my 12 inches and then meet you right back here when I'm done, like that. You can get your tape measure and just check if you're working with the right inches. Yeah, so this is, I know it's going to stretch as I keep crocheting, but there's nothing to worry about. Catch you when I'm done crocheting 12 inches and we start working on the body of this tote bag. I am through with crocheting the 12 inches I need for my base. I have 36 number of rows here. We all have different tensions. Yours might be less or more than this, but as long as you take a measurement and you have the 12 inches, that is fine. All right, and 6 inches on the side, same for here. For the next row we are going to be crocheting a cord round this base. In case you don't have a cord, that is fine, but if you do, this is what you're going to do. We shall make a single crochet all around. If you don't have a cord, just make single crochets minus the cord. So this is what you are going to do. Ensure that you have a cord that can wrap around this. So this is what you will do. You are going to chain 1. The cord will let us have a firm base. So after chaining 1, I like to place it normally behind. That's how I like it. So this is what you are going to do. You will insert 2 single crochets like that. So 2 single crochets in this corner like that, and then after that you go about making 1 single crochet in every stitch that you see here while crocheting the cord inside like that. 1 single crochet in every space that you see. We're still working with double strands, okay? So proceed to insert 1 single crochet in every stitch. I'll meet you when we are at the corner here. I'm approaching the corner. Now you are going to insert 2 single crochets in this space here. Is that really our corner? Yeah, it is. Ensure that it's really your corner. This, and then this stitch here, which is this one. Make 2 single crochets in there, then turn this like this. As we crochet, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to be folding this like this so that I can hide the cord as I crochet. Is that all right? So for us to start this other side, after your 2 single crochets, you proceed to put 1 single crochet in every stitch like that. Like that. I'm going to crochet, and when I get to a point where I need to join the ends of my cord, I will have to show you on camera. I don't want to do that off camera because I have figured that some of you might have a tough time joining it. Okay, so let me crochet and then meet you when I'll be joining my cord together. But this is how our work is beginning to take shape. Catch you when I am joining these two sides together. I have joined my cord with the marking tape, so now I'm going to show you how to single crochet on top of it. Like that. Like that, as simple as that. And you can already see how it's hidden inside there. Now let's crochet this to the corner. When you reach in every corner, you put 2 single crochets. The 2 single crochets are going to make it curve like this. So let's see if that's our corner. Yeah, it's our corner. So you are going to put 2 single crochets in that stitch. That's 1. That's 2. And then crochet on this other side. I'm now going to keep crocheting by putting 1 single crochet in every stitch that I see here while hiding my loose ends. And I'll meet you when I'm in this corner. Just ensure that when you reach this corner, you put 2 single crochets and proceed up to this point. We meet again when we shall be completing this corner. I have gone all around. Now I'm where we started our row from. I'm going to insert 1 single crochet in there and then go on top of this other single crochet from the beginning and slip stitch like that. So this is how the base of this bag looks like. For the next row, we are now going to cut the strand of this yarn and work with only 1 strand. I'm going to figure out which one that is for me. Cut it out. So next, what we are going to do, we shall be making half double crochets all around. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then make half double crochets in this front loop. So you'll pick these 2 strands and make a half double crochet like that. Like that. Pick all the 2 strands, don't leave any out. Like that. Like that. All right, Do this all round. You are not putting any 2 half double crochets in the corner anymore. The one at the beginning was enough. Just focus on making half double crochets all round. I'm going to meet you right back here when I'm done crocheting mine. I'm also requesting you all, for those of you especially who have not subscribed to my channel yet and are returning viewers, and also those who have just found my channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. You can recommend this to other people so that they can find my channel too. Otherwise, I appreciate all of you for always showing up here and we crochet together like that. So this is turning out to be, well, when you crochet in the back loop, you are going to have this underlining. It's like a sort of sharp edge, which I love it for myself. So I will just put half double crochets in the back loop all round, meet you where we started this row from. I'm at the end of my row. So you're going to end your row with a slip stitch on top of this first stitch, like that. Chain 1. For row 2, the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so you're going to put a half double crochet in this first stitch here. It's really tight, but it's okay, like that. And then proceed to make half double crochet all round. I'm going to meet you at the end of row 2 so that we can start row 3. Now we are ending row 2. You will slip stitch on the first stitch at the beginning of row 2, like that. Chain 1, turn your work. The chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so you are going to place a half double crochet in that first stitch, like that, and then repeat row 2 over and over again until you have 5 inches in this color of yarn. I'm going to continue until I obtain 5 inches by repeating row 2. But as you crochet, you can see how your work is beginning to take shape, like that. Now let's meet right back here when we are done crocheting our 5 inches required for this tutorial. I have been crocheting all round. I made 3 inches of this. Earlier I said I was gonna make 5 inches, but I'm running out of the green yarn, so let's now make from 5 to 3 inches only. Right now, this is the shape this tote bag has taken. Yours should be looking exactly like this. Let's now switch our yarn to this color and start working in it. This is our last stitch, so to switch yarn, you're going to insert your hook on top of this first stitch at the beginning, grab this other yarn, and then slip stitch like that, like that. So you're going to chain 3, two, 3, turn your work. So this other part here, we will be making a mesh, so you will chain actually 4, skip 1 stitch, and then make a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and make a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 again, skip one stitch and then make a double crochet in the next stitch. We will repeat this all round by chaining one, skipping a stitch, and then making a double crochet in the next stitch. I'm going to continue with this all round and meet you when we are going to close this row for us to start the next row. I'm at the end of my row. I'm left with one stitch here, so I'm going to chain one, go on top of the chain 3 which I made at the beginning, and slip stitch like that. So you're going to chain one. I think I prefer to make a double crochet in that space, so let's make a double crochet in this space instead of chaining 3, but you can chain 3 if you wish. I want to try and see how a double crochet instead will look like that. So chain one. Instead of putting a double crochet in the space here, you're going to put a double crochet on top of the first double crochet which you made in row 9. This is row 10 now. Chain one, place another double crochet on top of this one like that. You will again repeat this up to the end of row 10. I'm going to meet you when we start row 13. I'm at the end of row 10. I've already chained one, so I'm going to go on top of this first stitch at the beginning of our row and slip stitch like that. I think we should just stick to chain 3. No, it's okay. You can either make a chain 3 and start a new row, like chain 4, start a new row, or do it the way I'm going to be doing now. For row 3, we shall repeat row 2 over and over again. So I've chained one. The chain one doesn't count as a stitch, so I'm going to put a double crochet in this same stitch, chain one, and then put another double crochet on top of this other one. This is already row 11. We shall repeat row 10 over and over again until when we obtain the remaining inches which we need for this tote bag. You need to ensure that from the base here up to where you extend, it should be 12 inches long. As long as you know that from here up to the end of this tote bag you have 12 inches. Don't forget that. I'm now going to keep crocheting until I obtain the desired inches and meet you right back here for us to proceed in the next part of this tutorial. So this is my last row of the remaining inches. Now you chain one, go on top of the chain 3, slip stitch. So this is how the tote bag looks like. Although I went ahead and worked on the handle, but this is how it looks like, and I have the remaining inches which we needed to make the 12 inches. When you get your tape measure and measure, you will realize that it is 9 inches, and then we had this green. We made this green and they were 3 inches like that. So 3 plus 9 is 12 inches. So the measurement from here up to this point is 12 inches like that. Now we are going to make a single crochet all round. For you to do that, it's my way of making the end neater. You chain one, turn your work, you put a single crochet in this first stitch here, I think I'll crochet and then come and put the single crochet in this space here. So for now, put a single crochet inside this chain, not in the loop, but inside this chain, like that. Make another single crochet on top of this double crochet, and then another one inside this chain, another one on top of this double crochet. Don't, if you wish to put it inside like that, there's no problem, but I want mine to be inside that chain so that it will look neater. So again, inside this chain, then on top of this double crochet, you are going to repeat this all round. I'm going to meet you when we will be ending this row from here. I'm at the end of my row, so I'm going to put one single crochet at the beginning of my row, because this is where I started my row from, when I did a chain one, but never put a single crochet in there because there was no space. So I'm going to put a single crochet in this space here, like that, and then go on top of this first stitch to slip stitch, like that. Now this is how your work looks like when you make single crochets all round. We will now end this row by putting slip stitch in every stitch here. Where did I end my row? Yeah, here. So now we are going to end by putting a slip stitch all round, chain one, turn your work, turn your work, put a slip stitch on top of this first stitch. Don't make it too tight, and then repeat this all round. I'm going to repeat this all round and meet you all right back here when I'm done, so that we can start working on the handle of this tote bag. To end this row of slip stitches, you are going to go on top of the first slip stitch and slip stitch there. This is how you end your row. Then pull out your yarn, cut it out like that. Now you get your needle, insert the yarn inside, and then hide out like that. Like that. So this is how your tote bag turned out. It's so beautiful at this point. I just love how it is. Now we are going to create the straps for this tote bag. At this point, I ask you to get your stitch markers. You get your stitch marker. When you have laid it and aligned it together like this, you get your stitch marker and determine the corner of this tote bag, which is this one for me. Get your stitch marker, that's the corner, place a stitch marker there, and then come to the next corner, which is this one. Get your stitch marker and place it in there. Do this for this other side, because it's going to help you inserting the straps. Now for the straps, I made in 5 colors. I made in white, yellowish, red, black, maroon, and brown. If you don't have this exact shade of yarn that I have, you can use any. So I went about inserting it in this format. And for the straps, I made The other chain, the longest is 190, 183, 180, 175, 160, and 150. So which means this is my longest strap, the one in white, and then this, and that. You should follow this format. Start with 190, 183, 180, 175, 160, and 150. When you are done making these chains, you can get back here and I show you how to insert the strap. So after marking these two sides together like this, meaning you have determined where to put in the straps, and you need to ensure that it aligns exactly the same. When you lay this together like this, you are able to see that none is wider than the other. Same for this other side. You can see this when you place this like this. They are the same. Okay, now we are going to start inserting our straps from here, or better yet from down there, from up here. And if you want to know that, you can do this. Get a stitch marker. That is if you're done making the first part. For the second part, in case it wants to disturb you, you're going to get a stitch marker and eyeball where the first one started from and put a stitch marker there. Come to this other side, eyeball it again and insert another stitch marker here. This is going to help you know where to start inserting the straps. Is that all right? Now let's begin inserting the straps. To start working, when you're done making the strap, find where to tie it together like this, so that you know that when you're inserting, they are the same size. You don't want the other chain being longer than the other for the strap. As you can see mine here, in the end, I was able to complete making this strap and then joined it together like this. So for purposes of working neatly, I advise that you tie it like this, so that when you are inserting, they are the same size. Is that okay? Now get the first one, insert it inside your needle, or whatever that you'll use for hooking it, like that. And then come where this stitch marker is. As you can see, this is how it ended, meaning I started from here. This is how I did it. So you're going to turn it like this. This is it here. And then insert like that. Like that. Like that. Yep. Like that. Ensure that it's in a straight line. Like that. And just go about pulling it. It disturbs because my straps, I unfortunately made it shorter, so it keeps getting out. No, meaning I eyeballed wrongly. I need to ensure that this is in straight line. So meaning I am going to remove this. This is all about accuracy. Like that. So it's going to go like this. I'll show you one. The most important one is the first one. Then the other ones will just help you flow in line. So when you get the first one very right, the others are going to be easy. Yeah. This. Yep. So you are going to it disturbs, my dear, but the bottom line is you really need to be accurate. This is where I started my rows and ended from, so I'm having a little bit of challenge, but I'm glad that it is happening right on camera, that if yours happen to be where mine is also, this is what you are going to do. You want a straight line and you are going to create a straight line like that. So come here. Yes. Then come out maybe from here. Like that. And then join. Like that. Now where the stitch marker is, you can remove the stitch marker at this point. This one went through the yarn, so you can see the challenge that is bringing. It went through the yarn like that. Now for the other part, this is what you will do. You are going to go inside these loops which you see here, okay? Like that. Okay? Pass your needle inside this loop, come out from this other one. And then pass your needle again inside this one and come out through this other one. It will help you pass your thread in it with ease, like that. You will do this until you are at the corner here. When you are in the corner, I will also help guide you on how to get to this part so that we can complete with this strap up to this point. So now I have inserted up to the point where there was a stitch marker. Now you are going to remove this stitch marker like this, and then ensure that you maintain a straight line to the next stitch marker. So this is what you will do. You will come in here. Remember, in case you might forget, there 1 2 3, so this is where you are going to insert in. Maybe you can get yourself a stitch marker and put here. It will just let you know how to make it straight. So this is what you will do. You are going to go again inside the loops, like this, and then come out from another loop. Wow, I went through another yarn again, but it's okay. Okay, then you go inside this like that, come out from here, then go through this, come out from here, like that. Okay, you can now remove the stitch marker like that, and then just pass this So see how we started inserting our straps, okay? This is going to flap over like that. So you need to ensure that you're ending it the way you started. Are you seeing that? I think they have ended uniformly. So this is the remaining strap, and you can see how that turned out. This and that. In case they are not the uniform size, okay, you will just adjust your strap a little like this, you know, ensure that like that, like that, and make sure that they are the same size. Is that okay? Now let me show you how to insert the second one. After that, I'll just leave you to go on and on inserting these straps. So you get the yellow one. Mine was the yellow one. This is like sunset yellow, something like that. Okay, now see how you started this one. Okay, so this is how you are going to start the next one. So you are going to go under like this, like that. Is that all right? You can see from this side here, this is under, this is on top, the red is under, the black is on top, the maroon is under, and the brown is on top. This is the same format which we will follow for this other side. So this was on top, which means this goes under, and you are going to insert it up to this point like this, making the straps is very fast, is quick. Did I strap a red one? Wow, my needle went into a red one. So we do that again, like this, like that, like that. This, this, this. And now you are going to be inserting inside these loops. You can be able to see them. They are very visible, okay? Like that. Now you follow this all around and end here. When you're at this point, you start inserting the next, and this is how your work should turn. When you are done with the white one, you'll proceed to the next until you are at the brown. And as you can see, each time you reach at the bottom, it keeps on upgrading to the next step. So ensure that your last strap is where the mesh started from. I'm going to go on and on with this and meet you when we shall again start working on this other part. I am through with inserting the strings to this tote bag. So this is how your tote bag should be looking like from both sides, like that. Now what you're going to do, you are going to tie up these strings. So you will tie these up trying to make it be in a straight line like that, like this, and then grab it from top here, tie this up. And you need to also ensure that it is the same as this other one. You don't want that to be higher or lower than the other strap. Now when you are done tying, you tie it again like that, like that. Okay, it's just a matter of getting it in one place firm like that, because you are going to use something like this to hide it all inside. So how you tie it in there is entirely your choice, but this is how I'm doing mine because I don't want to overcomplicate things. I've already fastened it here tight enough for it not to come out. Now when you are done tying it like this, I'm going to request you to make 24 rows of this. You will chain 11 and then make 10 single crochets across until you have 24 rows. When you are done with your 24 rows, you will come here and stitch it onto this handle like that. Is that okay? So now we are going to stitch it to hide out this part. Insert your yarn inside the needle like that. Secure the yarn like that, and then just go about joining these sides together until you get to the end of this like that. So join these two sides together while hiding in this. You tuck it inside. I'm going to meet you when I'm at the end here. I have completed to join it up to the end. Now we are going to hide the tail of this yarn. Work and find out if you have any loose end anywhere all over, and if you don't, this is how your tote bag turned out. It's so beautiful. It has a lot of colors. I think I'm going to make me another one after this first attempt. Now when you are done, you can just go about and stuff your things inside there. As you can see, it's entirely spacious. You can see that, you can get that. You can even stuff your wallet in there. And get your mini bag. I like to write and take notes so much. So here you are, you have your tote bag very ready, and you can see if the weight in this bag is not affecting it so much. It's not popping from here because of the string which we passed around, or the cord that you use. So that way you can go about hanging your bag and enjoying your day with your tote bag. With this, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Like, comment and subscribe. Actually leave me comments. I like to reply back to you people's comments. Catch you again in my next video. Let's see if we'll be creating another bag. Bye.